Hello and welcome back. Okay, are you ready? I have a question for Susana. Susana, are there more secret police or fewer secret police in Spain now than there used to be?
There are more secret police in Spain now than it used to be.
Than there used to be.
Than there used to be.
Really? You think there are more?
I think so.
I think there are fewer.
Secret police.
Secret police. If you go back to the Franco regime, when I came to Spain, I think there were a lot of secret police. No?
But they were not secret.
They were not secret?
No.
So in your opinion, there are more secret police now than there used to be?
Yes.
All
I think
right.
so.
Are there more, in your opinion, are there more parking problems now than there used to be, or fewer parking problems in Madrid now than there used to be?
Of course, more.
There are?
There are more parking problems nowadays.
Que antes.
Than before.
Than
there used to be.
So there used to be more parking problems, or fewer parking problems?
Fewer.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I've always had problems parking in this city. And now there are more parking garages. There are more opportunities to find places to park your car.
But there are more cars too.
There are more cars too. So in your opinion, there are more parking problems than there used to be?
Yes, I think so.
Repeat. There are more?
There are more parking problems now than there used to be.
Okay, well, Susana, in your opinion, is there more traffic congestion now than there used to be, or less traffic congestion than there used to be?
It depends on the period of time. Now than when?
How
many years
ago? Used to be in the past.
Okay. I think there is more traffic congestion now than there used to be.
Than there?
Than there used to be.
All right. Ask me when I started driving in this country.
When did you start driving in this country?
I started driving in 1974. I was here in 1972, but I used public transport. I didn't drive. I started driving in 1974, and I remember in Madrid and in Barcelona, there was a lot of traffic congestion. The traffic was extremely heavy all the time. And, and now you have, I guess it's the same. I think it's just maintained the same traffic congestion. Ask me if there's more traffic congestion now than there used to be, in my opinion.
In your opinion, is there more traffic congestion now than there used to be?
I don't think so. I think there's a little bit less, just a little bit less. But there are times in which certain streets are cars, from one end to the other, bumper to bumper, bumper to bumper. But I think there's more flow now than there used to be. There's less traffic congestion than there used to be. But also, I'm lucky. Ask me why I consider myself lucky.
Why did you consider yourself lucky?
Because I usually move around. How do you say me muevo?
Move around.
I usually move around at times when there isn't a lot of traffic. All right, I choose the right times. Ask you what time I go to work.
What time did you go to work?
At 7 in the morning. So that's before the heavy traffic.
Yes.
Okay. Ask you what time I go home.
What time did you go home?
Around 8:30. And so there's already a bit less traffic, not much, okay? All right, question, is there more superstition, Mercedes, or less superstition in Spain than there used to be?
I have no idea.
Ask me, I know.
Is there more superstition nowadays than there used to be?
Yes, no, there's less, yes. There's less superstition than there used to be. If you look at the Black Period from Goya, all the superstition, okay?
The witches.
Yes, the witches and the goblins, okay? There's less superstition now than there used to be. Are you a superstitious person?
No, I'm not.
All right. Tell me to ask Susana if she's a superstitious person.
Ask Susana if she's a superstitious person. If she is a superstitious person.
All right.
Okay.
Ask Susana if she...
Es que hay muchas.
Ask Susana if...
Ask Susana if she is a superstitious person.
Susana, are you a superstitious person?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No.
Not at all means in absoluto.
En absoluto.
If a black cat crosses your path...
Say hello.
Okay. But if you see a man painting something high on a ladder, do you go under the ladder?
No, but just not to be dirty.
Okay. All right. Not to get dirty.
Not to get dirty.
All right. And if you break a mirror, do you... Because you know, if you break a mirror, it's 7 years bad luck.
That's what they say.
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 That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you don't believe it?
No.
So you're not superstitious?
No, no, I'm not.
And if you spill salt on the table, do you throw some?
Yes.
All right, okay. Now ask Mercedes if she's superstitious.
Are you superstitious?
No, I'm not.
Ask me if I'm superstitious.
Are you superstitious?
No, I'm not, but I take the salt and throw it
Just in case.
Just in case, just in case. Okay, so there's less superstition than there used to be. Susana, are there more farm workers or fewer farm workers in Spain than there used to be?
There are fewer farm workers in Spain than there used to be.
That's true. There has been an enormous migration in the past 50 years from the country to the city. And in fact, you're losing a word that people used to use in Spain many years ago called braceros. Yeah, you don't hear that word now.
No.
No? Because these were farm workers. A farm worker is not a farmer. A farmer is granjero o agricultor, que explota tiene su explotación. But a farm worker is the people that he brings to help, all right? And normally they don't pay them well. Ask me if I have ever worked on a farm.
Have you ever worked on a farm?
Yes, I have. Ask me how old I was when I worked on a farm.
How old were you when you worked in that farm?
On a farm.
On a farm.
I was probably 15 or 16 years old. One summer, only for about 2 or 3 weeks. Asked if it was hard work.
Was it hard work?
Was it hard work?
Was it hard work?
Yes, it was. Very hard work. Asked me what I had to do.
What did you have to do?
I had to cut corn. All right, and it cut my hands and things. It was hard work. Asked if I would like to be a farmer.
Would you like to be a farmer?
I would like to have a cortijo and to drink a fino
To
and
be a
have a
señorito.
capataz and have okay. Yeah, be a señorito. No, I wouldn't mind being a farmer, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So it's probably not. Okay, question. Are there more children or fewer children in Spain than there used to be?
Are less children.
There are
There are fewer children nowadays than there used to be.
Yes. Which means the Spanish
population
people are
down.
disappearing. The
Well-
Spanish, la estirpe española, desaparece. The Spanish stock, yo digo stock, como un stock, sanguíneo stock. The Spanish stock is disappearing, Mercedes, is that true?
I know. I'm not sure, but
Ask Susana if she thinks the Spanish stock is disappearing.
do you think the Spanish stock is disappearing?
It is decreasing, not
Yeah,
disappearing.
it's decreasing, it's going down. It's an interesting question. We don't know yet, okay? But the blood stock in this country is changing. And maybe in 3 generations it will be completely different than now. The blood stock is changing. All right, now question. Are there more flies or fewer flies in Spain than there used to be?
There are more flies in Spain than there used to be.
No way.
No?
No
Are you
way.
sure?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you think? Are there more flies or fewer flies than there used to be?
Fewer
Fewer.
nowadays.
There are fewer flies.
fewer flies.
Listen, when I came to Spain, when I came to Spain as a student, I really didn't have time to pay attention to the flies, okay? But then I went back to the States, finished my degree, and I came back. And I started teaching to make a living, okay? And I remember in 1976, 1977, I was working in a company in Getafe, just south of Madrid. And I remember in the summertime, the windowsills, what I think you call it el alféizar de las ventanas, or la repisa, in front of the window, there were thousands of flies, dead flies. It was incredible, the number of flies there were, okay? And now I don't notice it. I think the pollution, or the global warming, okay, has
Kill
changed
them.
things and killing the flies, okay? Ask me if there are a lot of flies in this studio.
Are there a lot of flies in this studio?
It's too cold. It's too cold. They stay away. Only crazy people come to this studio. Question, are there more computers or fewer computers now than there used to be?
Of course, there are more computers now than there used to be.
Good. Are there more political prisoners in Spain or fewer political prisoners than there used to be?
Sorry, prisoners?
Political prisoners.
Ah, prisoners.
Presos políticos.
There are less political
Fewer.
There are fewer, sorry, yes. There are fewer political prisoners in Spain now than there used to be.
Yeah, in fact, I think there aren't any. Well, no, I don't think there are any. because terrorists are not considered political prisoners. But during the Franco regime, there were a few. There were some political prisoners. Okay. Is there more snow or less snow in Spain than there used to be?
There is less snow. There is less snow than there used to be.
You don't articulate when you speak. You slur. Slur. You need to articulate.
Okay.
Do you slur in Spanish too?
I don't know.
All right. Maybe you need to go to a speech therapist. Un logopeda.
I'll think about it.
In Spanish, not in English, in Spanish. Get your Spanish to well articulated, and then you pass it to English. Really, if you concentrate on Spanish only, it will automatically improve your speech in other languages. So you need to focus. People need to focus on your language. Make sure you speak Spanish well first, and then you'll be surprised that will migrate into other languages. For example, English. Okay, so there's less snow than there used to be.
There is less snow than there used to be.
All right.
Better.
Yeah, that's true. Ask me if it snowed a lot when I came to Spain.
Sorry, I didn't.
Ask me if it snowed a lot when I came to Spain.
Did it snow a lot when you came to Spain?
No, it didn't, but a little more than now. Now it hardly ever snows. How do you say casi nunca nieva?
Hardly ever.
Casi nunca nieva.
Hardly ever snows.
¿Y el sujeto dónde
It
está?
hardly ever snows.
Repeat.
It hardly ever snows.
No oigo it bien. Quiero oírlo mejor.
It hardly ever snows.
It hardly. Yo sí lo digo, eh?
It hardly ever snows.
Yes, in fact, there are many winters pass without any snow.
Yeah, it's true.
And when I came to Spain, it snowed once or twice every winter. Yeah, yes. Ask me if I remember any heavy snows.
Do
in
you
Spain.
remember any heavy snows in Spain?
Not in Madrid, but out into the north, yes, of course, in the area of Burgos and Santander. In the south of Santander, I've seen some, I've experienced, how do you say experimentado?
Experienced.
I've experienced some heavy snows. Ask me if I have ever experienced a really heavy snow.
Have you ever experienced a really heavy snow?
Oh yes, many times. I used to live in Oklahoma, and in Oklahoma it snows a lot, or it snowed a lot when I was there. Ask me if I miss the snow.
Do you miss the snow?
Yes, I do. I miss the snow. I miss the snow. Ask me if I have ever made a snowman.
Have you ever made a snowman?
Yes, many times. Ask me how old I was when I made my first snowman.
How old were you when you made your first snowman?
I know perfectly. I was 9. I was 9 years old. Ask me where I made it.
Where did you make it?
I made it in Houston, Texas. Ask me, tell Mercedes to ask me how often it snows in Houston, Texas.
Ask him how often it snows. It snows in Houston, Texas.
How often does it snow in Texas?
No, in Texas, no. In Houston, Texas.
Ah, in Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas is bigger than Spain and Portugal together. Okay, it's big. In the north of Texas, it snows a lot. But in Houston, it snows once every 30 years.
Oh.
Okay, and when I was 9, there was a big snow. A big snow. Ask me how many times I had seen snow before that.
How many times have you seen? Had you seen snow before that?
What does she want to know?
She wants to know how many times you had seen snow before that.
Never. I had never seen snow in my life. I had never seen a mountain in my life until I was 10. All right? Because I grew up in Houston, Texas, which is a very flat area near the Gulf of Mexico in a semi-tropical, well, semi-tropical no, but almost semi-tropical area. It never snowed. It never got really very cold. It was quite humid, and it was very flat. And so the first time I saw a mountain in my life was when I was 10. I couldn't believe it. It was so impressive.
Was it very high?
It was the Rockies.
Oh.
My family and I, we drove from Oklahoma to Seattle, Washington. And that's crossing the Rocky Mountains. And I remember we were driving straight west in Kansas. We entered Colorado, and I saw a line in the sky, high in the sky, a line in the distance. And I said to my mother, I said, Mom, what's that line? She said, well, those are the Rockies. Those are the Rockies. I said, it's only a line. But you see, we were so far, but just the very top of the mountains. You could see the line, and it was so high, and I was hypnotized. As we continued driving, then I began to see the massive of the mountains, and I couldn't believe it. I had never seen anything like that in my life. Such an abrupt change in the geology, all right, of the area. But getting back to the snow, it snowed heavily in Houston, a freak snow. Freak means very, very strange. And the snow stuck. How do you say cuajaba?
Stuck?
Yeah, to stick is pegar. Now, if it starts snowing, for example, if the sound technician and the cameraman, if they say to us, hey, it's snowing outside, a common question is it sticking? Is it sticking? How do you say that in Spanish?
Está cuajando.
Está cuajando. Means if it's not melting. All right, the opposite is to melt. When the snow falls, if the temperature is not cold enough, the snow will melt very quickly, so it doesn't stick. But in this case, it stuck, and for 3 days, and so I made a snowman. All right, ask me what I used for the nose.
What did you use for the nose?
A carrot, of course, a carrot. All right, ask me if my sister helped me make the snowman.
Did your sister help you to make the snowman?
Yes, she did. All right, ask me how old she was at that time.
How old was she at that time?
She was 12. All right, she was 12. Okay, and then a few months later, we left. Well, a few months later, no, about 8, 10, or 11 months later, we left Houston and went to Oklahoma. All right, because I remember, ask me if I remember well when we moved.
Do you remember well when you moved?
Yes, perfectly. Because you see, the elections between Richard Nixon and John Kennedy were in November 1960. And I remember 1 month later we left after those elections. All right, so question, are there more donkeys or fewer donkeys in Spain than there used to be?
There are fewer donkeys in Spain now than there used to be.
So there used to be more donkeys?
Yes.
Does that make you sad? That Spain is losing donkeys?
Yes, very sad.
Yeah. Do you like donkeys?
I like my son see some donkeys in the country, but there's no one.
No hay nadie? Oh, there aren't any?
There aren't any.
Good. No one is para personas. Si quieres decirlo, there are none. No hay ninguno. There are none. Pero solemos decir there aren't any.
There aren't any.
When was the last time you saw a donkey?
Well, not far ago.
Not long ago?
Not long ago. Really, 2 months ago,
Yeah.
we saw a donkey in Cantabria.
All right. Were you with your son?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Did you stop to look at the donkey?
Oh, sure.
Es
And
una
make a
especie
photo.
en vías de extinción. This is a species in...
I took a photograph of the family with a donkey.
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 Donkey. Donkey.
Donkey.
Key. Monkey?
Donkey.
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 All right.
Donkey.
Y mono?
Monkey.
Monkey. All right. Monkey and donkey. All right. And when was the last time you saw a donkey?
I can't remember.
Ask me when the last time was I saw a donkey.
When was the last time you saw a donkey?
I saw a donkey about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Going to Barca de Ávila. There's always a donkey. It's the same place every time. Drive. Oh.
Is it a statue?
No, it's not a statue, no. And I know. I said, aha, we are 28 kilometers from Barco, because that's the donkey.
Okay.
And sometimes when I talk to a bus driver about going, the directions, you will see a donkey. It's always at the same place, just standing there.
Just waiting for you.
No, just suffering the elements, the poor donkey. All right. Ask me if I feel sorry for that donkey.
Do you feel sorry for that donkey?
Yes, I do.
No, not yet.
Ask me if maybe someday, if I have time, I'll buy the donkey. All right, and things. But in any case, another question. Are there more or fewer foreign football players in Spain now than before?
Foreign.
Foreign.
Foreign?
Foreign? No, foreign.
Foreign.
Okay. Are there more football players or foreign football players or fewer than there used to be?
There are more foreign football players now than there used to be. Players.
All right, Mercedes. Foreign.
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 Foreign. All right. Fortran. Foreign.
Foreign.
Okay. Foreign. Realmente es foreign, pero no lo estás diciendo. Prefiero traerte hacia la A que hace la I latina. Porque no estás diciendo la E inglesa bien. Foreign. Entonces, foreign no suena bien. Foreign suena mejor. Foreign. All right? So, repeat. Foreign football players.
Foreign football players.
Okay, there are more now than there used to be.
Than there used to be.
Okay, ask me how many foreign football players there used to be in Spain.
How many foreign football players?
Did there? Did there used to be?
Did there-
¿Cuántos había antes? No.
Yes.
Ask me how many foreign football players there used to be in Spain.
How many foreign football players used to be?
Did there?
Did there used to be?
Okay, did there used to be? ¿Te suena raro?
Yes.
Pues no lo es.
Did
there used to be?
there used to be?
There used to be, la pregunta, antes
Yeah,
había
but
más. Antes ibas a la playa a menudo. Did you used to go to the beach often?
Yes.
Okay. Antes había menos futbolistas extranjeros. There used to be. There. There is. Today there are a lot of foreign football players in the Spanish league. There didn't used to be so many. Do you understand?
Yes.
Question, did there used to be more or fewer players? Okay. Ask me how many foreign football players there used to be in the Spanish league.
How many foreign football players did there used to be in the Spanish league?
Did there used to be there? 2 per club was the maximum allowed. I remember. I remember in Real Madrid in the 1970s, Breitner and Netzer, the 2 Germans, you know, were here for 1 or 2 years, okay? I remember that. And the problem was some football players like Roberto Martinez, who I think was Argentine, he gained the Spanish nationality in order to allow Real Madrid to bring another foreigner. And this was quite common in the 70s, trying to become a Spanish national, all right? So, ask me how much time we have left.
How much time do we have left?
We have 3 minutes left, okay? You have 3 minutes left. I'm going to continue after this, okay? Question, are there more or fewer church weddings in Spain than there used to be?
No, there are less church weddings.
Fewer.
Ah, my God, yes, you're right.
Es plural.
Yes, there are
Hay menos
fewer.
bodas de iglesia.
There are fewer church weddings now.
Weddings. Ponme la S en los
Church
plurales.
weddings than there used to be.
Okay, good. There are, repeat.
There are fewer church weddings. Church weddings than there used to be.
Yeah, no. So people are not getting married, or people are getting married only through the secular courts?
Through the secular courts.
All right, fine. Ask me if I got married through the church.
Did you get married?
Married.
Did you get married through the church?
Yes, I did, yeah. I got married in both, okay, civil and church. Okay. Now, are there more hypermarkets or fewer hypermarkets now in Spain than there used to be?
There are more more hypermarkets now than there used to be.
Ah, so there used to be fewer.
Yes, there used to be fewer.
Where was the first hypermarket in Spain?
¿El Corte Inglés?
No, that's not a hypermarket, no. The typical what they call hipermercado,
Yeah.
okay, which is basically a low price, discount type of place, big surface.
Maybe Alcampo?
No, it was in Barcelona.
Uh-huh.
The first one was in Barcelona, El Prats, I can't remember in what area of Barcelona. And I think the second one was in Majadahonda, not far from Madrid, called Hiper. You remember Hiper?
Hiper.
All right.
No.
Okay, so there are more hypermarkets now than there used to be. There are more hypermarkets now than there used to be. And finally, one more question. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Because we only have 1 minute. Are there more foreign banks? Otra vez con foreign, okay?
Okay.
Are there more foreign banks than there used to be or in Spain, or fewer foreign banks than there used to be?
No, there are more foreign banks than there used to be.
Ask me how many foreign banks there were in Spain when I came here.
How many foreign banks were there when you came to Spain?
None.
None.
Well, I think there were some certain representative offices. But for normal banking operations, for normal banking transactions, none. Okay, none. It was a very closed market. Spain was. Okay, well, I'm going to take a break. I'll invite you back another day if you would like to come.
Sure.
The next time, I promise it won't be so cold in this room. Okay, but I'll be back after I warm my hands in a heater. I'll be back in about 5 minutes, okay? So don't go too far away, eh? Come back in a few minutes. Thank you.